As you know, our stadium is 50 years old. Really, we've been working, as you know, behind the scenes, doing feasibility studies, doing our own research. But truly, this will have to be a partnership, as it always, usually is, between the state, us, and our community. But I will say, Bills fans can expect it to be very reflective of our community. I know that's one thing that's important to Terry and myself. We're not going to have a brand new stadium that looks like, what they have in Vegas or even, out in LA. That's not who we are as a community. And our community takes a great amount of pride in having that work ethic and blue collar, white collar mentality. And I think that's what I think our fans deserve. Certainly, state of the art and up to date, and being able to enjoy the success of our team and in a great environment that's has all the bells and whistles, but at the same time feels like it's home, home to them. And, we even have people that some of them still refer to it as the Ralph, right? After Mr. Wilson, but they do love to come to the game. And we have such a passionate fan base at our stadium with the tailgating. I think because of the facility, as old as it is itself, it lends itself to having that great experience of being able to feel like you're part of the game and part of the team with the sight lines and things like that. So obviously a lot of upgrades that could happen, but we don't want to lose that feeling though either. So like I said, this would be the biggest impactful thing that has happened in Western New York for a really long time. So it's going to take a lot of hands on deck.
Well, you'll hate this question, but
Okay.
years ago, a long time ago, before you owned the team, we had looked at Toronto as a market with the NFL, its eye toward global growth and things along those lines. It must be in some ways tempting. There's this financial center, this incredible marketplace, just 75 miles away as the crow flies, and plenty of Canadian fans, right, that come down for games. Yeah. Is there anything that you can do with or in conjunction with Toronto?
Oh, definitely. Listen, that is one of our organizational goals over the next 5 years is to grow our presence in Toronto, in Southern Ontario. Toronto is part of our DMA as allowed by the NFL. And for us to ignore the 7-8 million people that encompasses would not be the right thing for us to do. So no, we definitely have our eyes on Toronto, Southern Ontario. I think what happened last time when that deal, like I said, before we bought the team and they went up there to play a game, I think people viewed that as a moneymaker, right? It was just like a transactional thing just to do something. And then when the experience wasn't great from what I hear, I wasn't able to go to any of them. So I'm just giving you hearsay, but the experience wasn't all that great. Of course, I don't think there was a lot of wins when they went and played there in Toronto. Didn't help either. And then, we bought the team, we pulled out knowing that Toronto was a very sensitive subject. So we kind of just pulled out and kind of left it at that. So this time around, though, I think that we need to really embrace Canada, Toronto area. We need to have a lot of grassroots, right? We need to make them feel like bringing them into our bigger network of family instead of using them to host a game or whatever. And I think that's really key, the intentions of how we go about looking at our Canadian neighbor. Listen, my parents are Canadian, so I'm adopted, but my adopted parents are Canadian. My grandparents lived in St. Catharines and in Mississauga, have aunts and uncles that live in London, Ontario. So Canada was my second home. So I'm happy to get back up there. We were looking at new content that's specifically for Canada. As you know, we've got border issues, we've got, TV rights issues. So you got a lot of other things going on, but we're just focusing on more content, Canadian focus as well. We're doing some community relations, introducing the game to a younger group of kids. So we want to be intentional this time around and really grow our presence there instead of just using it as a transaction to just show up and say, hey, we're here. We feel like it'll go a long way, but definitely our eyes are to the north of us and know that that's a huge growth area for us.